All right guys, so we're gonna show you the setup of the L1 with the all-in-one machine. Keep in mind, this has the frame already built out, so I'll touch on that briefly. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna install all of the elements, the gauges on the outside, then we're gonna connect everything to the all-in-one machine. And then lastly, what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna fill in the chamber with air. You're gonna bring in the frame inside, fill it up with air. It's gonna be deflated right now, obviously, but within 3 to 5 minutes, it'll fill up, okay? Make sure that once you go inside of the chamber with the frame, while the chamber's deflated, right? You're gonna wanna zip up all the zippers. First, starting from the outside, and then keep going layer by layer up until you're done, okay? And then 3 to 5 minutes later, your chamber's gonna be filled up. You'll be able to install the frame. So let's start off with the elements, okay? We have our automatic relief valves. This is your ATA valves. So if you got a 1.5 ATA chamber, you'll have 1.5. If you got 1.4, you'll have 1.4. If you got 1.3, you'll get a 1.3, okay? And these go on the back of your chamber, okay? So right here, there's 2 holes, and you're just gonna wanna put them like this. Screws on super easily, guys. Okay. Next, we'll go ahead and put on the outside pressure gauge valve, right? This is blue, so it goes with the blue color. Very easy, same thing. You just screw this on. And then we're gonna put on the inside gauge on the inside over here, right? It's black, but this is gonna be on the inside of the chamber. So here I have the gauge, and I'm literally just going to, as you guys can see, that black first hole. This is where I'm gonna put in the inside pressure relief valve. Okay, super simple, guys. And then the last thing that we're going to add to the chamber element wise is going to be this emergency pressure relief valve, okay? So what this does is if you're in the chamber, okay, and for whatever reason it is not deflating for you, you wanna use this. So we have a push button here. This is like, imagine you're on the inside and it's not deflating. All you're gonna do is push, and it's going to release the air manually for you like that, okay? So that goes on the outside over here. Let's talk about this machine. How are you gonna hook this up? So I'm just gonna flip this around so you guys can see a lot better. You get 2 tubes, okay? You get the blue tube and you get the clear tube. The blue tube in hyperbaric world for us means oxygen. So you're gonna connect the blue tube with the O2 area, push it in, you'll feel this little click, okay? And then you are going to grab this and put it with the blue bolt, okay? We're just gonna put it in like that. Now, clear tube goes where the air is. So go ahead and put in right there. You'll feel that click, and that goes over here, and you just wanna, same thing, plug it in, okay? So now we did step 1, we installed the elements. Step 2, set up the all-in-one machine. Step 3, remember this is deflated. You're gonna wanna turn on the machine, put the frame inside that's disassembled, zip up the chamber, let it inflate, and then install the frame. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plug this in, and if your machine is set to off or it's set to any other time for whatever reason, even if it's plugged in, this will not turn on. Okay, you want to make sure that the timer is set to on, and then all you do is you click air. You can click oxygen, but I mean it's not needed right now, but you can. And then you go inside the chamber, zip it up, let it fill up. Okay. So that is the setup with the all-in-one machine and the L1. One thing I do want to note is all of these L1s come AC ready because it gets kind of hot in the machine. So if you didn't get an AC in the back we do have the valves cut out and ready for the AC to be installed. All right, so yeah, if you have any other questions, go ahead and let us know. We're happy to help. Operations, setup, anything you need. We love talking to you. We love talking about hyperbarics. Have a great day.